I forgot his name.
We are live.
Oh.
Yep, we just popped up. Check your before we even really get into it, pull it up real quick, Joe. Thanks for those of you that are joined early to help us with this sound test.
Hit a.
Okay.
Yep, it's on.
We're good? Okay.
Hit one more.
Did you hear that? Yeah. I thought I heard it. It was delayed. Hold on.
You're on a delay.
Delayed.
Okay.
See?
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Welcome back. It's the Asher Boys Sports Podcast.
We have to do the intro, man. Hit the song. Dude.
Oh, okay.
Pop
We
it,
gotta do the song.
baby.
So we got a
Pop
song.
it.
We got a song
Get the
somewhere
intro
here.
coming.
Welcome back, boys and girls. Welcome back.
Yo, yo, the original TIKC Walls, Joe Hooters. Tricky Dick, Volcan, Risky Ray, Willie Wishes, yeah, you already know. If it's sports talk, we own this game. Let's get it, Ruja. I'm stepping the roof, Rico, ruthless, yeah, we the truth.
All right, welcome back. It's the Astro Boys Sports Podcast. Tonight, you can see Casey Waltz is out. He is out scouting the next Bo Jackson. But don't worry, we're going to hold it down. We got a legend with us tonight, Risky Ray.
What up, what up, what up?
That's right. He's here to make some picks tonight, either make you rich or ruin your weekend. No refunds. I think we might have Willie Wishes on tonight if he ever makes it. Anissa
Maybe.
Darkness will be joining us, and we got a lot of shit to cover. Royals are at 500 now.
Darkness, everybody.
NBA playoffs around the corner. And we have UFC 314 tomorrow where Fist will fly. And yes, we too have been slapped with tariffs. Mostly emotional.
What tariffs have you been slapped with, Ti?
Oh, man, you already know, dude. You already know.
I mean,
But
they
then let me
slapped
go.
one on like 20 minutes ago.
Yes, I got pulled over on the way to the podcast. I had to send Joe a text. Risky Ray seen me, but hey, just goes to show if you do the right thing, you're polite, you show them your credentials, they'll send you on your way. No ticket.
You also got to be white.
Does that hurt?
Doesn't hurt. Doesn't hurt. Mm.
You want to kill the? There we go.
There we go.
All right, so we'll just jump right into it, and we will start with. All right, Joe, where do we want to start?
Well,
How about the injury in the bullpen?
yeah, man. Just jump right into it with our bullpen. Actually, our entire pitching staff was number one in the American League with a 2.97 ERA.
That's pretty good.
But now Hunter Harvey's going down for 15 days. That's a big one. I mean, it's only 15 days, and it is April, but still.
Well, last time I checked, the Royals, they got ice.
Yeah.
So 15 days of just a little bit of rest and a little bit of ice. Hopefully, there's no surgery or anything like that at all. Those things could be nagging at times. But 15 days is very sufficient. Usually, it's either 10 or 15, or then it goes up to 30. But 15 days is, I think we're still okay. And just like Joe said, it's April, not September.
Yeah, but in this though too, I do think it is pretty significant though, like Joe said, right?
Yeah.
He's has a flawless ERA. He's been lights out to start the season. He's our go-to guy that locks down those innings
Yep.
for us at the end. So, it's gonna hurt if we can't replace some of that production. I know it's only 15 days, but shit, we're gonna play what 10 games in that time.
Oh, yeah.
I think so, because we were on a 17 game span consecutively. So we hit that was when we were at 6-6. So we just started. So yeah, we're probably more than 10 games now without them for sure.
So this is a muscle in the shoulder, right? It's the right teres, major strain. I had to Google that to figure out what that was.
Throwing arm, correct? Throwing arm.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
I don't think he'd be on the 15-day list if it was not a throwing arm.
Well, you never know.
So,
You never know.
so one thing I wanted to mention, it really does worry. It does concern me, right? Because if you look
absolutely.
across the board here, I looked at some stats today. So if you look at their pitching overall, this is like the entire the Central League, the National League and the American League, rather, right? Everybody.
Yeah.
So in quality starts, we were 7th overall, right? Pretty good, pretty solid.
Yeah.
In overall wins for the pitching staff, we were 10th, pretty solid still.
Mhm.
In ERA overall, number 1 in the AL, number 3 overall in all of baseball, right?
That's pretty good.
Tied for 4th in saves, that's big, and 11th in strikeouts. So this is the other thing. On the other side of the ball where we've been struggling, right?
Yeah.
We're 20th in batting average, not great.
Yeah.
29th in home runs, goddamn.
Yeah.
18th in RBIs, you don't want to be at the bottom half, right? 18th in hits, so struggling a little bit there. And we are 12th in stolen bases. But if what we've been doing in pitching, if that starts to fall off and if our batting doesn't improve, we're in for a fucking losing streak. I don't want it to happen, but I could see that happening if we don't get our bats turned around quick.
Exactly. So you're basically describing our pitching to being way up here and then our offense being way up here. No home runs. You're talking about just relying on manufacturing runs in baseball. That's what you're doing. And when you can't do that, when you can't manufacture runs and you can't get that balance up and help your bullpen and help your starting pitchers, it's actually helping your starting pitchers because your bullpen helps you out. And balance that out a little bit. T.I., I believe you are correct. We could be headed for a losing streak.
So, what's Vinny's Pasquantino's batting average right now?
It was
167
before today.
And it's with 10. He leads the RBI.
You know, numbers are funny.
Yeah. Bobby Witt, by the way. So our best batting average on the team right now is Bobby Witt Jr., 280. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
That's not terrible, but come on. And then Bobby Witt, obviously in hits, 14.
Yep.
And home runs is Michael Garcia with 2. I don't think
and
Salve has any yet. No.
So I know we've talked about this a lot. Risky Ray, you haven't been on the show for a couple episodes. What do you feel about Michael Garcia not being in the lineup every day? With his bat being so hot, why is he not in the lineup every day?
Well, I mean, it could be a number of things. I mean, there could be an underlying reason, and it may not be acceptable for most. It could be something stupid, like a plantar fasciitis or something like that. It could be one of those things that's not necessarily made public.
I mean, you think he might have a nagging injury that they're not trying to play him every day kind of deal.
Yep, exactly. Or they're trying to prevent something. I mean, that's my best guess, and that's usually 9 times out of 10. That's usually that news will come out later in the season as it goes. Like, well, this is why he hadn't been in there because he was messing with a nagging injury in his thigh or something, or his thyroid acting up or something like that.
Sure.
That I'm sure that's not the case, but I'm just trying to give you an example. That's what I feel is going on. Nothing to really register, but something that's nagging. You're trying to prevent it. You're trying to prevent further injury.
Yeah.
All right. So we opened up today against the Cleveland Cavaliers, right? We got a 3-game series. How did that go?
Well, I don't know how much basketball we play against the Cavaliers.
I was about to say, I was like, are we switching to NBA quickly? Wow, that was a fast transition.
Excuse me, the Cleveland.
Holy crap, the Guardians.
I'm trying to fill in for Waltz the best I can. The Cleveland Guardians.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Well, it did not start off too good.
No, 7-0.
7-0. But Dubik was pitching pretty well. We had an error. We had a couple errors that really hurt us.
Thank you, Hunter.
Then man, Stratton came in. That dude just sucks, man. He has not pitched well this year.
Well, you have to outscore the other team in order to win games. And if you don't put up points or runs, if you don't put up runs, then you're not going to win baseball games.
Yeah, and we've had plenty of games so far that we've just had nothing with the bats. Nothing.
You know what? If the bats are not hot, then I believe it's up to the manager to find other ways to score.
Oh yeah,
to get people on, and you need confidence builders. You need you need guys on base. You need walks. Starts there, and then obviously, 18th in steals. You said, or 12th in steals. So let's manufacture some runs. Let's get some confidence in those boys and get rolling. That's exactly what we need. So it's up to the man. It's up to the manager. Yeah. If the hits are not coming, it's up to the manager to find ways and to motivate his players to get going. That's the game of baseball.
Yeah.
I know there's going to be there's ups and downs, ups and downs, and peaks and valleys, but that's the way the game baseball goes. It's all about confidence. It's all about confidence in that game.
I think that's been our offense for the past few years. Is we're not a big home run
The small ball?
team. Yeah,
The
we play
small ball?
small ball.
Love it. Yeah.
Our park, we have a big park, so we don't hit a lot of home runs, but man, it'd be nice to hit a few every now and again, right?
Yeah, well, I mean,
Every now and again.
unfortunately, I mean, we really need another bat. Like, I mean, honestly,
yeah,
like we
yeah.
we have 3 bats, and why haven't we made the call? Why haven't we made the call? And you know who?
Caglione.
Yes.
Yeah,
Why?
man,
Why? What is going on? There's something going on.
They're trying to protect Caglione.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
right?
Service time might be an issue. And I don't know what position are they because he's never really played outfield. Is that right? He's mainly first base. Maybe they're trying to get him some.
I don't care.
some
Give him
reps.
100 spot.
Give him.
I don't care. Pull him in. Yeah.
Well, you
put
can't
him
be no
in,
worse
yeah.
than Hunter
That's
Reffers
what I'm
playing
trying
right
to tell
now.
you. That's what
Yeah,
I'm trying to tell you.
exactly.
Because that arm is not what it used to be. So, in Caglione, if he's hitting the heat the way he is, I'm sure he probably got a decent arm on him too.
I mean,
Right.
I think that's going to be the spot eventually, especially if he stays hot in the minors. He's just at AA right now, but
Yeah.
if he flies through there, flies through AAA, and continues to hit how he's hitting right now, he'll be here by All-Star break.
Well, okay. So I hope he is. So if you see, but they say April ball really doesn't matter. But you play really good April ball, then you kind of get a leg up on,
Yeah.
as the season goes.
Speaking
Go
of,
ahead. Go ahead.
so speaking of Caglione, so this is the Royals' official word, right? Is that they haven't brought him up yet because they just want to continue to develop in the minor leagues, specifically AA, before making his major league debut to gain experience. Blah 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 blah.
Does it really say blah 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 blah?
Yeah, pretty much. It says, but it says they are exploring the possibility of Caglione playing in the outfield to open up room for him at first base. That sounds contradictory.
So yeah, they're trying to find a position.
Where Vinny P currently plays.
Yep, I knew it. I knew they were trying to find a position.
So either outfield or first.
Vinny B, he also DHs a lot.
Yeah, but so does Salvi.
Yeah, but Salvi, man, he just chases anything, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
He will swing at anything.
He will swing at everything.
And last thing I'll say about that, 12 hours ago, Eric Hosmer said that he's seen enough and he wants the Royals to call him up now.
Oh, Eric Hosmer. Okay.
Eric Hosmer?
Hey, when Eric
Yeah.
Hosmer speaks, you listen.
Well, that's a trained eye. I mean, he's played the game, so if he's saying bring him up now, if he's ready now, I mean, I'm not gonna be mad. I think if we bring him up now, I mean, that's going to be a boost to morale and to the fans. I think
Ticket sales as well.
Ticket sales, yes. That's
for
where
sure.
I was going. Ticket sales will
Great
go through
business
the roof.
move.
I mean,
Speaking of ticket sales.
okay. What you got on the ticket sales? buddy?
So here's the ticket sales. So we were looking at craft and draft seats.
Okay, yep,
Love
yep.
craft and draft seats.
Yes,
Love
yes.
them. They're the best, right?
I have not sat there, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
They're one of the best, because you're out of the sun, you're out of the rain, you're out there, you just go up. They got great bathrooms, and you get all of the Boulevard
So,
beers and stuff like
Is
that.
there a bathroom inside? Actually, you get your own personal bathroom inside a craft and draft there?
It's not your own personal bathroom, but it is
to the bar area.
to the bar area. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, just
Okay.
just to craft and draft.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
anybody can come in and go to use the restroom, obviously, but they always keep it top notch.
That's
Top notch.
always
They always-
important.
Yeah, it's always important. It's always important. Anyway, what I'm getting at is, so I was trying to look for games, trying to find games. Like, okay, all right, well, what's games that I want to get? With Anthony being born, you got to find the right game. So you're looking for an early game. Let's do it on Sunday. So I'm like, all right, LA Dodgers 110,
Ooh.
the 29th, and I'm like, all right, okay, let me check them out.
Oh,
And I was like, what really kind of sucked is like, because there's a lot of us going, so there's like 5, so I need 5 tickets like all together.
okay.
And so I did craft draft. I put it in, and I was like, $178
Each
per
right?
ticket. And I was like,
Well-
I pay a little bit more than that for a Chiefs game. And I'm like, let me talk to the wife. Let me see what she says.
She's not.
And she was like, no. She was like, no. She's like, find another game.
Well,
And
that's
I
the
was like,
Dodgers. The Dodgers is probably the most expensive game all season. Right?
It is. Yep.
Yep.
It is.
So you got Ohtani. I mean, obviously
Mookie Betts.
They have all the stars.
Yeah.
So
You don't want to necessarily pay $175 to come watch the Royals get 2 hits.
Wait a minute. Who said they was getting a hit?
Yeah.
Who said they were getting a hit?
So just wait until they playing against a pitcher with a really high ERA. That's
Yeah.
all I'm trying to say, man. Because right now, I want to see some hits when I go to the game. Damn it.
So I settled for the Boston Red Sox.
That's still one of the
mu-
more higher price games.
$100 per ticket. Not bad.
Oh,
Yeah, saved some money.
Nice.
And it was it's Mother's Day at the K.
Man, the last Royals game I went to, I paid like $20 for that fucking ticket, man. I was
Yeah.
like,
well, they're coming up now.
well, not
Yeah.
true.
Coming
I
up.
went last year, but that was free, so never mind.
See?
Oh,
But,
so
but
they-
prior to that, when I actually bought a ticket, I was from a scalper. But
Yeah, if you get some good seats, they get a little pricey there at the K.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I paid for comfortability, those bathrooms, and of course all the Boulevard beer. Oh, come
Now,
on.
does that ticket come with a
bougie, man.
drink or?
Yeah, it comes. I mean, it comes with the voucher.
Okay.
Sure.
You get-
I'm
you get one-
on the first row of Craft and Draft. So actually, I got to take a glove because I could get hit in the face with a ball.
Oh man! So
I
how
know.
many? Is there like a little? I've never been in there. I've heard of it. I've seen it up there. Is there like a seating, like regular seating, or is it just like little bar?
No, it's like bar. No, it's like bar seats. It's like going to a bar.
Yeah, you just gotta
Yeah.
sit there on the rail.
You
Yeah,
can take it. There's
okay.
plenty of room for a stroller down there. If you got little kids, it's totally worth it. Totally worth
Man.
it. Yeah, like I
Yeah,
said,
we'll have to check that out.
and the bathrooms are top notch.
You really? I mean, going to the bathroom is a pretty big deal, especially when you're boozing, because you're probably gonna be in there quite a few times.
Exactly. And when you got, a 16-month-old, you might want to have some good bathrooms around. So
Yeah.
top
yeah.
notch. Good looking out,
Absolutely.
Royals with Craft and Draft. Highly recommend it. Risky Ray.
And they have the what else is new at the K? They have the
Oh, they have the
Oklahoma-
Joe's
yes.
Oklahoma Joe's sandwich there. The Z-Man.
the Z-Man.
The
yeah,
Z-Man.
yeah.
I know. Okay.
Which is about time to get a signature barbecue sandwich at the Royal Stadium, right?
Well, okay, so when they said that, a few days later, my memory sparked, and I was like, "Oh, I remember that. It was a home opener." And story time, real quick, and it was home opener at the Royals, and we were all tailgating, and people were asking, "Where's Joe and Anissa? Where's Joe and Anissa?" And they were like, "I don't know." So I was like, "All right, well, let me text them." So I text them, "Where you guys at? We're in section whatever, J, whatever it is." And when are you guys gonna be here? Oh, we stopped at Rosedale Barbecue. We're gonna be there, whatever, blah blah blah. And I was like, oh, okay, all right, well, all right. Hey, give me a Polish sausage on bun, and make sure it has sauce on it. And yeah, that'll be good. Just whenever you get here. And totally forgot about it. They didn't even make it to tailgate. Everybody went in. It's like the third inning. I go out in the outfield, and I finally run into them, and I've already been boozing by this time. I said, "What's up, guys? What are you doing?" And then Anissa, Darkness, hands me the Polish sausage and goes, "You better hold on to that because there's a lot of people that want that."
Yeah. So we came through.
Came through.
Risky Ray wanted that sandwich. We made it happen. We made it happen for him.
That
We
was
did.
tough. That
That
was
was-
tough,
yeah,
dude.
that
That was
was-
before they had all of the good food out there, and I was like, "Yes, Polish sausage on bun from Rosedale at a Royals game." Oh man,
But I'm
never done again.
I'm glad they got a signature item from Kansas City, because when I go to other ballparks, I'm like, what's your signature item here? What is it that you make that is your thing here?
Right,
Because that's what I want to get.
right.
And it was funny. We went to the Angels game, and their thing was like grilled cheeses,
Oh, really?
and it was delicious.
Nice.
It was like a grilled cheese with some bacon in it, a couple strips of bacon, and tomato soup.
Right.
Oh man.
The Dodgers,
Yeah.
they have that the schlong dong, like that big, huge. I mean, it's massive, bro. I was like, this is a hot dog, man. This is a sex toy.
Oh, Ryan wants to play with the sounds.
All right. It seemed like good timing for that. You guys were making love to your fucking food fucking explanations over
Well,
there.
I mean, not everybody likes their tacos plain, Tony.
Yeah, yeah.
Not everyone comes over shitty food at the ballpark. That was terrible.
Yeah.
Just
Good
to
try, buddy.
come on
Good
the live
try.
podcast.
You know,
No, it was funny. I just didn't like that I said
Yeah,
the C
yeah.
word.
Maybe it was the
It was
delivery.
It was funny. It was funny.
You know what? He's right though, because you don't want that Chicago dog. I don't want that Chicago dog.
All right.
The
All right.
Chicago dog.
I don't want
yeah.
that Chicago dog in my stadium. You keep that Chicago dog in
Hey,
Chicago,
but
buddy.
speaking of the food, I wish they would have did something about the shitty hot dogs and hamburgers that they serve out at the stadiums.
They're pretty basic, huh?
Well, note that they have not improved that in several years.
Well, you take that up
Gotta
with
say.
Aramark, and you call them.
Aramark
You know what?
is the
I'm
food provider there.
just not gonna eat the food.
But yeah, the hot dogs and hamburgers, they're pretty pretty
Garbage.
Yeah, just plain, just run the mill.
I mean, when you're freaking 14 beers in, who gives a shit?
Well, hold on. You shouldn't get a better hot dog at a fucking hot dog stand outside of America's Pub than you would at fucking Royal Stadium. That's all I'm trying to fucking say.
You're showing your age there, America's Pub.
No. What I am is I'm making that too. But I am making a point. That's very fucking true.
But that hot dog was probably a little extra better because it was 3 a.m. in the morning and you'd been boozing all night. So that hot dog was delicious.
And also, if you're in Westport, you're not getting a dog, you're getting a Euro, okay?
Yeah, I don't know.
Get the Euro truck, man. Get a Euro truck or a Joe's Pizza.
The pizza. There's the pizza truck.
Those two
and the hot
things.
dog.
Those two things. You're getting the pizza or the Euro. That's it.
Do they have a Euro truck out there now?
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
I don't know. Back in the day, I don't know if they did. Back when Tony was talking about.
Well, we don't venture there because people get shot there these days. So we try not.
People got shot there back in the day.
Well, that is true. I've been in Westport plenty of times, and I see people running, and I was like, "What are they doing?" And people are like, somebody's just out there shooting.
Let me run towards it.
Somebody's out there shooting, and I was like, where's it at? Somebody was shooting at America's Pub. I knew it. I can tell you exactly where they were shooting.
With the name Risky Ray, we know you'd go towards the trouble. Yeah, you're a little risky out there.
I was just sipping and drinking around the shooter.
There you go.
Didn't know him, but I'm glad he was shooting the opposite direction.
Yeah. You should hit the good button.
Yeah. That was the time. That was the time to hit it. That was the time to hit it.
Man.
Hey, I try. Also, shout out to Freedom Rock. Try to get Freedom Rock here, and he's hanging out with a former pastor or something like that, or whatever. And the pastor's moving away or something like that. I don't know. Anyway,
earlier when I was when I was texting, I was thinking, man, we need to get Freedom Rock back on.
I've been trying for like 4 weeks.
Okay, well, Freedom Rock, whenever you get around to it, buddy, we have a spot here for you.
I've been trying for 4 weeks, man. Been trying to get him. Almost had him.
And now, coming on to the show is the darkest lady you know.
Darkness.
Yay.
You should play some like Black Panther music or something.
Black Panther
right?
music.
Come on, man.
Wrong one. Welcome to the podcast.
Hey, what was the button that Waltz kept hitting last week?
Hold on.
Turn my headphones down, please.
Oh, we need to turn. Would you turn our headphones down?
She's number 4.
4.
What
was that, Anissa?
She wants it up there. The knob.
Okay.
It's up there, number 4. The knob. The knob.
Oh,
the very
Willie's on his way down.
Oh, Willie's. Willie wishes.
Willie wishes.
Yeah. All right.
We were just reminiscing about. We went to Hollywood after the Royals game.
You know what? We were just reminiscing about the time that you brought me Rosedale Polish sausage on bun during the home opener.
You're welcome.
I know.
We had to sneak it in.
I know, because I knew it because it was in a foil, and I was like, okay, so for sure they're going to be able to bring it in, but I totally forgot about it. Also, I think I still owe you guys a Coke or something or a beer from that.
Probably
so. Well, it was quite a few Cokes and beers. But
I think there's probably been quite a few Cokes and beers tossed around.
Oh, there's Willie Richards walking in the studio right now.
There's one thing we ain't got, and that's Havana Club, baby. We ain't got it.
No Waltz. Casey Waltz is out on an adventure tonight.
He's out scouting.
Yeah.
Is he undercover scouting or is he?
Don't know. Made it up.
Was he the one that pulled you over?
That would have been hilarious.
That
has happened before. Have you ever heard the story when Waltz turned pulled over T.I.? I won't tell it on air. But after the show, I'll tell you the story. It's pretty hilarious.
It's hilarious.
All right, we'll revisit that.
Well, Anissa, we've been talking Royals. They just reached 500 today, playing the Cleveland Guardians, not the Cavaliers, Joe.
I don't know if they reached 500. I think they fell to 500.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, much better way to put it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Dang, 0-7?
Yeah.
Yes. You just now seeing the score?
Oh, I thought
I
you
am.
watched the game upstairs. I assumed that you had a better look at it than us.
No, I was busy making burritos.
Does your watch notify you?
No.
Mine does.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you better fix that. I know when the Royals are playing, and I know when they finish.
Well, I watched about the first 7 innings, and that's when it kind of got out of control. So
Yeah,
got here and started setting up for the show.
Yeah, I kind of watched like 2 pitches, and it was getting out of control, and I was like, "No, I'm done." It's 3-0. Nope.
Oh man, yeah, we know that was 3-0. It was an error, which should have been a double play, but then there was no outs, and then the next guy came up, hit a 3-run home run. So
Well, that's fundamental baseball. And again, if you can't if you
happens.
can't execute fundamental baseball and you can't manufacture runs and you can't get hits and you can't outscore your opponent, that leads to L's, ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
That leads to
Well,
L's.
I will say there's something that I saw today that made me a
Yeah, you
little
do.
nervous. India was the one that had the bat throw on the double play from 30, threw it way wide. And then later he threw one almost over Vinny P's head. Vinny P had to get up and go get it.
Ooh.
So I don't know if he's getting a little bit of yips with his throws there. He had a couple kind of.
Don't say the yip word. Don't say the yip
man.
word. India's he's been a fan favorite of late.
He has. That's
Yeah.
why it kind of surprised me a little bit and made me a little bit nervous.
Aside from that, has he had any other issues that you've seen this year?
No. He's been has a real solid start.
Okay. Well,
No.
hopefully it's a one-off, right?
Yeah.
You-
I mean, but
can afford-
it always starts somewhere, right? A bad little
That's right.
streak always starts somewhere.
Well, it's also contagious. And it happens and goes around. And then also, what else is contagious? Hitting's contagious. So, you get those hits, you start grouping those hits, and then it starts to become contagious. And then you guys start getting confidence, and then they start going. I'm telling you, man, baseball is a game of confidence. Like I said, I played it for years. I know exactly how it goes.
Baseball is all in your head.
It's all in your head. Absolutely. You can do all of the mechanics and everything, try to rely on your muscle memory as much as you can. And then sometimes you feel sluggish. You see your other teammates sluggish. You see, other things happen around you. And then you psychologically contribute to it without even knowing.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
It's a mind game.
Right.
It's a mind game. It's baseball is 90% mental and 10% physical.
I would say that's probably a good
If you did not know
good
that.
ratio.
Yes.
I was going to say 80-20,
But
but I'll defer to our specialist over here in the center.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
And that
right.
he pitched in high school and some college, no?
Yeah, a little college.
A little bit of college. Okay.
So anything else on the Royals? Anything?
Anissa, you have anything on the Royals?
I do not.
She's just a girl.
All
That's awesome.
Oh.
And so
That show
wow.
was supposed to stop since Walt isn't here.
And so
What's that?
Mm.
Stop what?
Shut up.
Just a girl.
since we're
Don't laugh.
All right,
coming,
we won't hit that
Don't
button no
laugh
more.
at the
That
Brandon.
was a good what? I haven't heard it. That's a good
Yeah.
one.
the transition from baseball to softball, the Red Shirts have their opening day Sunday at 2 p.m. City Park. If you want to have some good laughs, come on out and watch us because we
We
are
play
awful.
at 2 p.m.?
You played pretty
2
awful.
p.m. I didn't look at the thing. I just figured we played at 4 or something. But hey, that's fine. I like the early game.
There you go.
Me
we know,
too.
We know
Much
Tony has to get
better.
home early.
I
It's
do
gonna
not
be
have to
like
get home early,
88
motherfucker.
degrees too. It's gonna
I
be
like the
hot.
early games, regardless.
Who doesn't like early games?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We'll go to a game like later in the day. Fuck,
Yeah,
man.
early games are awesome.
Well, I
That's
don't
right.
work on Monday, so anytime is pretty good for me.
Oh, yeah. You don't work on Mondays,
Yeah,
huh?
so I think we're gonna be going into this game pretty what's the word here?
Sluggish.
Rusty.
Oh,
Well, I
Rusty.
know that Ti ended the season on the IL last year, so hopefully the
I
finger is completely healed.
Did actually? Yes, I did.
Is the
Oh, it is.
finger
It is. It's completely healed. for the most part.
completely healed,
For
and
the
he's
most
ready
part.
to go.
I just can't catch any barehanded catches with my right hand. Probably not smart.
Have you thrown a
Uh,
ball since then?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
fine. It's fine. So I'll be back.
Do you even use a glove?
He just
In slow pitch, do you really need to use a glove? Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, he's like back in the
Honest question.
1890s. This when you used your hand.
Yeah, back in the 1890s, I tried to use my hand on that particular play and it didn't work out. So you live, you learn.
You live and you
You
learn.
live and you learn.
Use your glove when you're playing softball. That's
That's right. Willie, you got any Royals takes?
Cole Reagans is
Cole
looking-
Reagans.
So Willie Wishes says Cole Reagans is looking like a stud. I believe he pitches game 3 against the Guardians.
That's
So,
the one you bet on. That's the one you bet on.
Yeah,
Yep,
I mean, he's
game
had like
3.
more than 10 strikeouts. Both his starts, his last 2 starts, over 10 strikeouts. I think
And
he's
I
been
think
man,
Lorenzen
yeah.
pitches tomorrow, and then I think it's going to be, and then your man Reagan's going to pitch the to close it out. So
Oh, that'd be yeah. Reagan's is our pitching staff is looking very solid. Like I said, with the exception of a few of our middle relievers, who's really bringing us down. Pitching is Top notch.
Yeah. Oh, but here's what I was gonna say. So yeah, so we're gonna be going into this, Rusty. At least Joe did try to get us together for some like batting practice, throw the ball around,
And no one responded.
Yeah, he sent a
No
text
one.
out to a group of at least 12 or 13 people in the thread, and not one fucking person responded. I looked at it and I said, I'll respond if maybe 3 or 4 other people respond. Like, not gonna be the first one.
All right.
Did you send it in
My
the-
answer
in
was gonna
the
be no.
group chat?
But
No, I said it in our chat.
Oh.
Actually,
oh, you didn't
I was like,
say,
I responded, but he
so
just
the
asked me
smaller.
directly.
Okay, I thought it was the baseball.
You
chat.
guys better be careful, man. You can go out there, you might mess around and pull Achilles
Oh,
or
you know, we get out there
tear
and
an
stretch before the game.
ACL.
But here's what's even worse, right? So, and I kid you not, this is like clockwork every single game. I'll get there, me and maybe one other person, and we're like the only ones there. And then about 5 minutes to the game, most people start up. And usually 5 minutes after the game, Walt shows up.
who is the captain?
Who is the captain of
Has
the
the
team?
bag.
Has all the gear.
has the lineup as he's running, in from the parking lot.
always coming in with the ref looking around, like, or the ump rather, looking around. You guys ready? You guys gonna just go out there with the short field? Okay.
Hey,
but I'm exaggerating a little bit, but not really.
I don't
Hey,
think you're exaggerating too much, actually.
Not really.
Real quick, don't call me to sub shit.
Yeah, look,
Come on, Risky Ray, let me get you out there.
Every game I show up to looks like we might forfeit. That's all I'm saying.
See,
It's like
4
2 minutes.
people.
Yeah, it's like 2 minutes before game. I'm like, all right, here they come. All right, like clockwork. But now we're used to it. So
But I mean, also, it's no one gets to warm up. Everybody just
at all.
see, that's what I'm saying.
And
pretty
then the
rough,
other
man.
teams, they're like a half hour early, motherfucking throwing the ball, doing drills and shit, high fiving right before the game, and we're just fucking hey, like shaking each other's hand. Hey, how was your weekend?
Yeah,
All
you
that
guys
kind
are
of
getting the
shit.
beer pong table ready before you guys even warm up your arms.
we do like to have a few brewskis while we're playing the game.
Us
and-
and a couple other teams out there.
I know. I hate the teams that are not drinking.
Yeah, I
I
know.
like that's
Taking this
a-
shit all serious and
that's-
shit.
It seems so lame.
Oh,
like-
winning and stuff.
Putting their fielders in great positions in the outfield to catch the
Yeah.
fly balls.
Right.
Assholes.
Yeah, they got signs for shifts and shit. Like you guys got signs for beer chugs.
We play at City Park. It's not that deep.
Hit the button again.
God. She's just a girl.
Oh, wait a minute.
She's just a girl.
Right.
That's good. That's solid.
It
You
is
like that one? You
not.
like
It is
that one?
too.
Yeah,
It is
yeah.
too. I like it.
All right.
I
So I
like
think
it.
we beat the
shouldn't
hell out
like
of.
it, but I like it.
So I think we beat the hell out of baseball today. So I think it's time to move on.
Yeah, yeah. well,
And we got the NBA playoffs around the corner. Is anyone else
Ew.
excited about these NBA playoffs this year?
NBA.
Willie Wishes looks
Yeah.
excited over there.
Oh yeah, he's
Willie-
got
Willie-
them all.
Willie sent us a reminder to make sure to bet because
So,
lots
uh,
of games, all the games matter.
Anissa, if you want to let Willie get on and talk about this NBA, that would be great.
Oh, Willie's being shy, y'all. Willie's being shy. He said, Anissa, stay here.
Oh yeah, you could talk in the mic. Yeah, there you go.
All right. So real quick while he's getting ready, I'm really excited
hey,
for
hey.
these
there's
NBA
Willie.
playoffs. Hey, Willie, welcome to the show, man.
What's up?
But I'm very excited for these playoffs because I feel like there's storied teams this year that are contenders. So let me explain. So in the East, your top 3 contenders are the Cavaliers. So the reason I say it's a good story is because if they end up meeting up with the Lakers, that's a great story. You got the Cavaliers versus the Lakers, right? They lead fuck, what do they call it in basketball? I almost called it the
Conference?
American League. They
Eastern.
the Eastern Conference. Thank you. Eastern and Western. There you go. So I literally says Eastern on my fucking sheet right here. Yes. So they lead the Eastern Conference, right? And I love the fact that the Celtics are right there. They're always been a story team. And the Knicks are finally back, man. Jalen Brunson's been leading them back. They're always fun to watch. In the West, you got, in my opinion, there's 4 contenders, really kind of 5. You got the Thunder, the Rockets, the surging Lakers, the Nuggets, and you can never count out.
The Grizzlies.
Nah, fuck the Grizzlies. You can never count out the Golden State Warriors. And
I
Steph Curry.
do like Golden State.
You can never count them out, and they've been surging lately as well.
So who was your
Willie.
5th? You had Oklahoma City,
Houston
the
is
Rockets,
trash.
the Nuggets. Oh, the Lakers.
The Lakers, yeah, they were actually my 3rd, not the 5th.
Well, I was writing them all
No,
down.
I know.
I mean,
know.
definitely going to be the Lakers, and the Thunder are going to be in the West.
You think
Those
that'll be
are your
the
two
final
teams.
2?
Thunder.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
Nuggets
yeah.
pretty much sealed their fate when they fired the coach.
Yeah, the Nuggets.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Just this past
Malone,
week,
yes,
not
that's
only
true.
him, they filed the general manager as well.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
they're in a downward spiral.
Is Donovan Mitchell? Is he back from his ankle sprain yet? From Cleveland?
Even if he is, he's still not going to play these last couple of games. I mean, they're already getting the first round bye. So
That's
I would
true.
play them for at least a month.
I know. Well, okay, so he's not playing, and the Knicks today they were favored by 1 point in this game, and they're winning 86-79 in the fourth quarter.
Well,
So let's go through these Western teams.
yes.
So Oklahoma City, man, they're
SGA is the truth.
Yeah, he is. They got a lot of pieces.
That whole team up and down.
Yeah. Now the Rockets, I feel like they're too young. They're not gonna do shit. The Rockets are out. They ain't doing shit. They have
Well,
all
no,
young
they're not
players.
out. They're
Oh,
not
say
out.
that.
They're not out. They're actually in. But I hear what you're saying.
They're
That
not
isn't
gonna-
like
they're not gonna do well in the
They're not gonna do well. Yeah, they could be a first round
Here's
out.
the thing, they got to play the Lakers. Anybody that has to play the Lakers.
Right.
Here's what I'll say. So right
Because
now,
Lakers are
Luka.
starting to come together.
Luka.
Luka's
Luka.
balling. Dude.
Boy, Luka is the new truth. Man.
What'd you have, Tony?
So here's
Yeah,
the
go
thing.
ahead.
So if the season was to end today, and mind you, I think there's like 2 or 3 games left,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, there's a couple.
The Lakers will be playing the Warriors. And now I will tell you, I am very worried about that game. And here's why. The Warriors are 8th in defensive rebounds, whereas the Lakers are 20th.
Mm.
So when it comes to rebound, that's pretty big. That's pretty significant. And then the Warriors are 4th in steals. The Lakers are 22nd in steals.
I got the Warriors in that
That's-
series
that
if
one
that's to
I'm-
be.
That one I'm a little concerned about. The one thing I will say is Steph Curry won't be able to do it all by himself. And Steph Curry will have to have at least 3 amazing games for them to win that series.
And it's all right. They got Jimmy Buckets over there.
Yes,
they got
yes.
Jimmy Buckets over
That's-
there. They all right. Jimmy
That's what I
Buckets.
was going to say. Since Golden State got Jimmy Butler, like they have really kind of became that team.
You can say the
They-
same thing for the Lakers since they got Luka.
Right.
look
But
for
they
him
didn't,
to
I don't
under-
think Golden State had a chance until
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler. Then that kind of turned their season around.
Here's what I think about Jimmy Butler in the playoffs. I look for him to underwhelm because you know why? He underwhelmed the last 2 times we've seen his ass in the playoffs for the Heat. Straight up.
Okay, but here during why hold on, let me stop you there for a second. When he was at the Heat, he was the guy. He was
But he
they
wasn't
were
acting like the guy. He was not acting like the guy, and that's the problem that I
Ex-
took with him. He was not acting like when
Lakers.
who, by the way, more minutes right now. He's now scoring about 15, 16 points a game. He's fucking ready for the playoffs. I
Hey,
actually
Vincent
have
stuff.
4 of them. You got LeBron James, you got Luka, you got AR-15. Arthur, he's a fucking beast. And then, of course, you got our man we just mentioned that I
Gabe
already
Vincent.
forgot.
Gabe Vincent. But this time, Jimmy Butler doesn't have to be the guy. He doesn't have to be because Steph Curry's that guy, and he's for sure that guy, and he can always be that guy, and he can turn that guy on whenever he wants to. So,
Actually, I think Steph Curry's probably the best player still.
me too. Yeah, me too.
He's
Yeah.
had some games where he's like, man, that's the best fucking game this season out of an individual player.
It shows
For
like
real.
he's a Hall of Famer.
I'm with
For
you
real.
on that.
Straight
dude.
Hall of
Yeah.
Famer.
He just hit shots that are unbelievable. Just like in the Olympics when he
Yeah,
super
man
clutch.
he
Oh,
took over
yeah.
in the gold medal game. Oh man, it just. I think where he kind of like he's a point guard, so he's kind of a smaller guy. He doesn't
But he's an
defend well
assassin.
and this and that. But man, he can hit the big shot.
He's an
No doubt.
assassin, man. He
Yeah,
cold-blooded. I
no
mean, he
doubt
got
on that
a killer in him, man.
Okay, so it seems like
real.
we all like OKC and Golden State coming out of the West. What about the
Lakers.
East?
Lakers.
Yeah,
We going Lakers.
Lakers.
We ain't pushing that
Lakers.
bullshit on this podcast.
Actually, I'm going
Lakers.
Lakers all day on that. Matter of fact, I actually got
So
to double
is-
down.
here's
say
the
they
thing.
win
Warriors,
title.
yeah. Warriors. I don't believe the Warriors will outlast them in a series. I don't. If
So
there was
the-
like one game, I'm worried because one game Steph Curry can go off. I do not believe he's going to go off for 3 games in that series. I just don't.
So right now the Lakers are the 3 and the Warriors are the 6, or they have 4 and 5.
No. They're 3 and 6 currently.
The Warriors probably bump up.
They might. So we still got time to move that around. If they don't, we could end up playing the Clippers, which if you're a Lakers fan, you want the Clippers right now, right? I wouldn't even mind the Nuggets at this point, but I don't think they'll see the Nuggets.
I think the Timberwolves are in that area too.
I tell you what, if you
Yeah.
do play the Nuggets, you want to see them in the first round. You don't want them time to get a little
Yes.
cohesiveness with this their interim coach, right?
Yes.
So you wanna take 'em
Who's
out
never
now.
coached before at this level ever?
Well, I mean, he's
Well, see,
he's
this-
been the assistant, so he's
yeah.
been coaching in a
I mean, head
sense
coach. I meant head coach.
at this. Well, at the head coach, sure.
So they
Which-
said that Malone, right? Is it Mike Malone?
Mike Malone, yeah.
And they said he did not go quietly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he would.
That was
Yeah,
awesome,
I
dude.
read
He's
that he
probably like,
was.
I'm the winningest coach
pissed.
in franchise history.
Yeah, no doubt. No
Pissed.
doubt.
I don't understand why. Why? Like
He thought
why?
he considered firing him last year. Actually, I read in the story he considered firing him last year. So there's obviously something he don't like about the man's personality, the owner. That is, there has to be something to it, right? Or
Yeah.
he defied him. I don't know
Yeah.
what it is. I'm
This is a
speculating,
weird
but
time to do it. Now, why right now?
Weird as fuck.
Yeah.
You
It
know,
is,
so,
yeah.
so I do have a theory on that. At least what he said. He said he did it to give them a better chance to me, I think he doesn't like the direction they've been going, and he might see it as a way to light a fire up underneath the player's ass. Maybe
guess.
something
that
that
fired. You guys need to win.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that.
I don't know if that helps.
It could be two things. One,
Wouldn't
maybe
motivate me.
Maybe the players didn't like him, so hey, give the players what they fucking want.
Yeah,
Or
that's
two,
true.
If the players like them and you don't like the way the players are playing, let's fucking piss the players off. Let's see how they play pissed off because I don't like the way they're playing now. Speculation, but
Well,
just a guess.
That's kind of a like.
You're not wrong.
I would like to know that too. Is like
You're not wrong, yeah.
if his players were kind of with him or against him. Because if they were against him, then okay, I see the firing, whatever, get him out. But I didn't hear anything like that. I didn't think there was anything going there. I mean, I don't follow NBA too close.
Well,
but
you normally don't hear anything like that. You hear all of that stuff after the fact.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
later on. They keep that stuff a little tight knit. And in the locker room, they keep it in the locker room. They try not to let anything else affect them outside the locker room, or that whatever's been said inside the locker room. They try not to let that out.
Yeah.
so
You don't want to let that out.
So being that we're talking about the Lakers, right? I think LeBron's 40 now, 40 years
40.
old.
Yep, we're the same
Do
age,
you
baby.
guys think he has what it takes to get them back to the finals?
I think because he's more a supporting role now. I mean, like
He's averaging 28, 29 points a
I
game.
know,
How
and
is that
Absolutely,
supportive?
they make it
Yes.
back.
and that's a supporting because their two main people right now are Luca and Reeves.
Reeves.
Reeves has
Yeah.
been balling
Yeah.
out too,
Yeah,
man.
that's it.
So I'll say this, and I looked this
And
up
Gabe
today.
Vincent. And Gabe Vincent.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
right.
don't
So-
Vincent.
So if you look at the season overall, so I'll say this: LeBron still has it, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, for
The
100%
man-
sure.
The man. So you asked too, can he still carry a team? I don't know so much that he can carry a team, but he did lead the Lakers in points this year at 24.6. He led them in rebounds and he leads them in assists. The
That's-
man at 40 fucking years old leads his team in
Yeah,
rebounds,
dude.
points, and assists. There's no other 40-year-old that will ever, I will say it right now, will ever do that shit again.
I got
Ever.
3 letters for you. HGH.
Oh, you think he's on the?
What do you think about that? What do you think about
I
that?
don't know that he's on it, man. I don't want to throw that at him because I mean, what? I'm almost fucking 50 years old. I'm in not LeBron James shape, but if I had his money, and you got to think about all the time he puts into conditioning himself, it's
He
possible.
doesn't-
It's possible.
It does. He does invest in himself, like his body. He does invest in himself, and
Absolutely.
it's weird. Derrick Henry, running back for Baltimore Ravens, talks about it all the time. He was like, when I saw LeBron James do that, he is like, I felt like I can do that at level. I could feel like I can be a running back at a high level if I seen LeBron James doing that. And their workouts are crazy. They
Here's-
are insane. So yeah, you're right. It definitely is possible. I just suspect other things could be happening.
So here's a great question: has anyone in basketball that you guys know of ever been busted for steroids or HGH or anything? I don't recall that I've ever fucking heard of it.
I don't
Ever.
know. Is it even illegal in the NBA?
Well, I know they don't test for marijuana, and neither does the NFL.
Yeah, no one will be playing.
Does steroids
Yeah,
help for fatigue? Does it help for fatigue?
a recovery.
Yeah,
HGH does.
HGH.
Yeah,
HGH
your
does.
recovery time is much less.
Yes, exactly.
That's how
there's not a
HGH
lot of banned substances as many as there are for baseball because of the quote unquote steroid era.
Right.
That really changed things for
Barry
baseball.
Bonds, baby, Barry
So,
Bonds.
but
Right.
HGH kind of got started in baseball as a recovery. Like, hey, take this, you'll get, you'll recover from your injury faster.
Yep.
And then it, just kind of
And then-
steamrolled.
yeah, right. And then it just kind of got like tossed into the performance enhancing drugs, the PEDs, because there's so many of them out there. It's
yeah,
not just
yeah.
steroids that help. There's other
So,
stuff.
It's to that point. Who knows who's on what in the NBA, right? Because you're right. I've never heard of it. I've never really heard of people being tested or any of that stuff. So, very interesting. The NBA probably just looks the other way.
It's very possible.
Hey, look at Delonte West.
The other.
Yeah, that's rad. That's
You know,
bad. That's wrong, man.
Yeah,
That's
poor
wrong.
Delonte West.
Yeah, seriously, they do
He's
look the wrong
injecting
way.
something, but not steroids.
And you know the
Yeah,
fuck-
hey, yeah,
And you know the
exactly.
fucked up part is
Exactly.
the first time they found him out on the freeway, with the cardboard sign,
Yeah.
Mark Cuban went out
Yeah,
and
Mark
found
Cuban
him.
found him.
Yeah.
He went out and found him and
That's
pulled
right.
him back in, tried to help the guy. They kind of got him back on the right track, and then
Drugs took over.
drugs fucking took back over, man.
He was like
Yeah.
Pookie, man. He's
Pookie.
You gotta stay away
It
from
got
that
me,
track.
man. It got me.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Okay, well, how about
too bad,
the
too bad.
how about the East?
Yeah,
named-
there you go.
named-
Thank you. How about so? What do you
named
think about the East?
Cavs,
So you got
Celtics
the
and the Knicks.
Cavs, the Celtics, and the Knicks. Yeah,
and that's it.
out of those three, those are
76ers
the only
in there.
contenders. I mean, they're not going to be able to make it. I've never been a Bucks fan. I don't even want to see them make it. I don't think they will because they're just not what they used to.
Well,
Time's
Dame,
out.
yeah,
Dame time's
Dame's
out.
out. So yeah, they're done.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have the firepower to keep up. And then they trade away what's his name?
Middleton.
Middleton. Yep.
They traded Milton.
Yeah, they did.
But they got they got Kazuma out of there or whatever.
Kyle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kyle's
Fuck
Zuma?
that dude. That dude's a
Yeah.
weirdo.
Yeah.
I mean,
That dude's
he's
a
better
weirdo.
than I think Middleton. Just
But he's good
based
on
the fact
defense.
that
He'll
he's
get you some
younger.
rebounds.
Well, you got
Out of those
their games are
three,
similar.
it's gonna be Boston. Boston's coming out of the East. The Cavs.
I think you're right. They got the
No.
experience in the playoffs.
No, the
And they got
Cavs
the
are too
title.
young.
And they got
you
the title.
And you got Tatum, dude. Tatum's just so fucking.
I
clutch in the
know.
playoffs.
Seriously.
And
Willie,
Jaylen Brown.
and
Willie, who do you have
Yeah,
coming out of
oh,
the
I love
East?
Jaylen Brown, too.
Truthfully, if you're going to talk about a team being together for a long time and having that chemistry, the Knicks with the Villanova team, scared.
Yeah, I'll say this.
So you got the Knicks coming out of the
this is
East.
their first year all together. And
Yeah.
The
they
Knicks
throw
always-
Cat in there,
man.
man.
out of the three, the Knicks are my favorite team, but I just don't think Jalen Brunson has enough help.
The Knicks
Oh,
always
yeah, he does.
disappoint.
I don't
the
think he
Knicks
has-
got plenty.
They
of-
always
They have plenty.
to
They have
go all
plenty
the
of
way.
help.
Go all the way. Yes.
All right, you heard it here.
They have plenty of help. I mean, you're probably. I mean, that's that. If it lines up that way, I would probably say that is the conference finals.
I would have to say
Celtics and Knicks.
yes, but here's the thing.
Bet on it,
Yes.
Risky Ray.
The hardest team that's going to be out there to beat is Boston, but I think whoever really Boston is number 2 at this point. I think
Yeah.
so.
In the
They're going to
conference,
have
yeah.
to play the Knicks, and
They
then they're
are.
going to have to play Cleveland. Just
Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
Unless the Knicks get knocked off. Yeah.
No, not necessarily. Not unless they are on the opposite side of the bracket. Then
no, because Knicks is going to be 3.
Yeah, the
Celtics
2
are
and 3 will
2
play.
and 3
Yeah.
will play. No
And
So-
matter
then 1 and
what.
4. Will
So
play.
we can answer that question. So if the season
You might
was
be
to end
right.
today, right? You got the Cavaliers playing the Magic, the Hawks, the Bulls, or the Heat. So that's still wide open, right, for
Yeah.
that 8th
The-
spot.
The playing
You,
game.
yeah, you got the Magic, Hawks, Bulls, and Heat fighting for that. Then you got the Celtics versus either the Magic or the Hawks. And then they have the Knicks matching up against the Pistons right now, and then the Pacers versus the Bucks, which nobody cares about.
Yeah, I say the Knicks going against Detroit's going to be a very good series. Again, it's when you get to the later rounds where you got the final 4 within each conference is where it's going to get down to nitty gritty.
Got talking to the
My bad. It's just I see the Knicks making it to the Eastern Conference Final. I don't know if they make it to the finals, but I have them at least going to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Somebody would have to knock off the
So-
Cavaliers in order for the Celtics and Knicks to meet up in the conference.
No, they cannot meet in the conference.
They cannot
Not
meet in the
meet up in the
conference?
conference finals.
But so what you're saying is the
'Cause it's
Knicks,
the lowest seed,
the
right?
Knicks are going to beat the Celtics. Okay.
Hey, so you know
Uh,
that the Mavericks still got a chance to be in the playoffs this year.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so if they could play in, they will be playing the Thunder. I would love to see that actually. They're not going to win, but
Who do you want? Is Kyrie's out? I guess. What's his name's back?
Anthony Davis.
is
Yeah,
back.
but the
Yeah.
Mavericks are fucking cooked. They would just be good to have them in the playoffs just for this fucking story, so they could just talk about how terrible that fucking trade was.
There's plenty of stories in the NBA. We don't need the Mavs in.
That's true. That's
Fuck
true.
those
You really
Mavs.
don't. We really
The
don't.
The
Hey,
Spurs need to get
Mavs.
Cooper Flag. That's all I want.
The Spurs get Cooper Flag.
They already have
Spurs.
Wembanyama. They already have Wembanyama.
Yeah, but hook them up with Cooper Flag. They're unstoppable.
And then they'll have
Man.
DeAndre Fox too next year.
Oh,
And
they would
Rookie
be
of the Year again,
unstoppable.
Castle, they already have back-to-back Rookie of the Years.
If they
Who's going to
get-
be their coach, though?
I don't know. Pop come back. I think he
Pop is
retires.
done.
Exactly.
I think you
done.
bring in
Tim
yeah.
Duncan.
no, you bring Jock Vaughn back, baby.
Oh, yeah, I like
that. That's what's up.
Hey,
Yeah,
Jock
you
Vaughn
do. You bring
has
Jock Vaughn
experience.
back.
Hey, I like Vaughn as a coach. Definitely better. Tim
Yeah.
Duncan's too soft to be a coach.
Yes.
He got too
Yeah.
soft a
Yeah.
personality, man.
Right.
That wouldn't work.
Hey, Jock Vaughn would be the man.
Yeah, you're so right. Damn, he's one of my favorite basketball players, college basketball players.
Yeah, he was the man at KU back in the day.
Well, I mean, he should have got a title. Should have got a title.
You know he got ties to San Antonio. He won a championship there.
Yeah, I know. I know.
And
But he was
I believe he
name the
was,
team he was drafted by.
Who?
Jock Vaughn.
Utah.
Oh man,
Yep,
Utah Jazz.
Utah Jazz.
was it the Utah Jazz?
Utah Jazz.
It
Yeah,
was
he
the
played
Jazz.
with
Him and Ostertag.
him and Ostertag, and then he played with Karl Malone and John Stockton.
So you know what? Here's a
Waltz calls him the postman. Hey, so it's a real funny story about that, right? So me and Waltz went onto the podcast and we started talking about old school basketball. And then Waltz started talking like, you got the Utah Jazz, you had John Stockton and Post Malone. They would run the give and go. and so we had to correct him. I'm like, no, Waltz. I was like, it's Carl Malone. and then he tries to save face and he's just
Carl
like
Malone.
And he's like, he's like, they called him the postman. I'm like, dog, they called him the mailman, bro.
close, right? It was close.
Yes. Joe Hooters, you were saying.
AKA mail carrier.
I was listening to the radio the other day, and the question was, does Cooper Flag go to class?
No.
Oh God.
No. Everybody called in with their different.
Because too many people would bug him.
Right. Like someone called in and was like, oh no, like all Duke players have to go to class. Oh, okay, blah blah blah. But someone called in and was like, my wife actually took notes for Greg Ostertag back at Kansas. So like even back then, Greg Ostertag wasn't going to class.
They probably get to go from they probably get to do like online schooling or some weird
I would
shit.
figure like
They got a bunch of tutors.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they get tutors left and right, especially online tutors. They're the best.
Everything. Yeah, right.
I mean,
all of
their
their
college, and you're at Kansas or one of these other schools. You're like, hey, give me all the tutors in the world.
But
all of their tests were multiple choice.
We know UNC got busted for.
Give me them hot ones.
They had all their basketball players were taking classes that weren't even real classes.
Well, they got busted for academic fraud, huh?
Yeah.
Listen to this. With all the new AI, they don't need fucking tutors anymore. They don't.
Yeah.
They just need to, look, nobody knows this shit. All they got to do is learn how to use GPT chat, and they're gonna fucking pass all the classes.
Chat GPT.
Hey, I ain't fucking kidding. That's real.
There's so many
is
things
for
out there
real.
that just help you just
Make life easier.
Oh yeah. You can ask it to make a spreadsheet and all kinds of stuff. Oh yeah, absolutely. It's insane.
We'll start growing vegetables soon.
Oh man,
It's just gonna be a tool that we use. It's gonna help everybody not be so stupid
Or make them dumber.
Or more lazy. It's everybody's
or
gonna get
lazy,
more
or lazy,
That's what
or lazy.
which will lead to being dumber.
Everybody's gonna be like Wally.
Also, there's gonna be there's
riding around on those little chairs.
Also there will be jobs that will be eliminated.
Hey.
Jobs will
several.
be removed.
For
Yeah,
sure.
You're gonna just blobs on chairs.
Personal assistants. Personal assistants. You might as well learn how to laundry clothes because hey, personal assistance is out the door. You ain't having a personal assistant anymore at all.
All right.
Unless you hire somebody to bring you coffee.
So you guys want to do final playoff picks for the NBA? So we'll say who do we think will be the Eastern Finals and the Western Finals?
Last two
and
teams.
then the championship match.
Yep. Oh, okay. All right.
All right. Let's start off with you, Hooters. We'll go left to right.
So we're just doing who's going to be in the finals.
Correct.
I'm doing. This is a classic right here: Lakers versus Celtics.
We'll just straight to the finals. I like it. Yep.
Damn, Lakers
I like
versus
that.
Celtics.
I like it.
I'm going with OKC versus Celtics.
Ooh, okay.
I'm gonna go with Lakers versus the Knicks. I changed my tune. Willie convinced me.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go with the Lakers versus the Knicks.
Oh.
That would be a great story rivalry.
I don't know if it's gonna be great.
All right, Will, who has the winner of that though?
Lakers.
Lakers
all day.
Lakers. And I'll say this: the NBA needs the Lakers to win this shit.
do.
Like they don't need them to, but it's gonna help them, right? I don't even know if this is true, but I would guess that viewership has gone up across the NBA since this trade to the Lakers.
Yes.
I feel like it opened up the entire NBA and just made the storyline this year exciting.
Who do you got, Risky?
I said OKC and Celtics.
Yeah, but who's going to win between them two?
Oh, between the Celtics.
I also have the Celtics. So we have 2 Celtics, 2 Lakers. We'll see what happens. Oh, Anissa, we didn't even ask you.
Yes, Anisha,
You know why we know why we didn't ask you?
She's just a girl.
I didn't have it ready.
God
Celtics.
damn it.
I say the
Hold on.
Thunder.
You know why we didn't ask you?
Celtics.
All right, Anissa says the Thunder and the Celtics, but
Fuck the Lakers.
Oh, nice. Okay, so who do you have winning? Nice. Oh, we got the same picks.
All right, Celtics, Celtics,
Nice.
Celtics, Lakers.
She knows what's
Lakers.
Never mind. I
up.
changed my mind.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you
I
changed
I
your
don't want to
mind?
go with Risky
To
Ray.
who?
Hey, I had Florida winning, by the way.
Me too.
Me too.
You didn't even want them to win.
It doesn't matter. I still won money.
You did. You took second place, which is
Nice.
first loser.
First loser.
No, I won money.
Hey, you know why she only took second place?
Good.
No, the girl button.
Yeah, I was on the different page, buddy.
He said good.
I just can't believe Florida came back and won that game.
That game was
Oh.
awesome.
I literally fell asleep at the 7-minute mark or 14 and 10-minute mark. I was dozing back and forth, and I was like, "Oh yeah, Houston's got that." They're up by 12. I was
Florida
like,
had
yep,
did it
yep.
all tournament. They had been down by double digits late in the second half. The last 3 games.
Yep, I
And
know.
each time I was like, "Oh, Florida's about to go out."
And Walter
Florida's
Clayton
about to go.
Jr. with him,
that
both
is
teams they
stud.
started 0-15 from the 3 in the beginning of the game, just 3-pointers. 0 for 15. I was like, wow, the under's gonna definitely hit.
Yeah, did it hit the under? Or
It
did
did, yeah, 120, 125, and then the over under was 141 or 140 or whatever it was.
Yeah, I heard you faded Anissa's bet.
I sure did. I sure did. I came,
And how did that work out for you?
came pretty close. Came pretty close. Came pretty close. Came pretty close. 3 out of
No.
Pretty close.
Came pretty close.
Not close.
Close doesn't
I
count.
thought we eliminated Risky Ray.
Oh, risky. Gotta love his bets.
Gotta love him. Gotta love
All
him.
right. Gia, do you
All
want
right,
to talk
we
about
got
some
any-
UFC?
Yeah. We'll move into the. All right, UFC 314 returns to the Kasaya Center with an electric bout. We're going to have the number 1 contender, Alexander Volkanovski, versus the number 3 contender, Diego Lopez. They're going to be fighting for the vacant UFC featherweight championship that was vacated by Leah Topuria. He moved up to lightweight. You guys, I don't know if you guys are familiar with him, but he's pretty badass. Anyways, the most exciting fight of the night is going to be the co-main, which is number 7 ranked Michael Chandler going against Patty the Batty Pimblett, who is
Batty.
number 12. So, you know what's interesting about this UFC? I was about to say I guess there is a title shot, right? But it's for the vacant. But there was no true champion coming in headlining this event. That's the first time in a long time that I could remember that you didn't have a true champion coming in headlining the event.
Who do you think is headlining this event?
Oh, it's definitely Chandler and Patty Pimblett, in my opinion. They're the ones
Yeah.
selling this.
Patty the Batty is he's the name, right? He has that name
Yeah.
thing right now.
But here's the thing, Volkanovski and Lopez. So let's talk about that. Fight
That's
real
the one
quick.
I'm interested in seeing.
Very interesting fight, actually, because I won't say it's make or break for them, right? But you got Volkanovski. That's the next fight, actually. But this one should be really good. They're both going to be throwing a lot of hands. I don't think you're going to see a lot of on the ground fighting. No, they're not going to be humping each other on the ground. They should be standing
that
most of
shit.
the time. And I think Diego Lopez will probably
take
knock
that
him out in
chair
the
over
third
there.
round is how I'm seeing this one.
Knockout in the third round.
Knockout in the third round for Diego
So
Lopez.
there's no belt there, so it's only going to be a 3-round fight.
No, they're fighting for the vacant title.
Okay.
So there'll be 5 rounds, but I could see him taking out Volkanovski in the third round. If this had been a year or two ago, there is nobody that could finish Volkanovski. But I think now that he's getting older, he don't have as much in the gas tank that he used to. Diego Lopez, on the other hand, has been ramping up. You know what I mean? He's been getting better and better. So I think he'll oust him.
I'm taking Diego Lopez. Does that change your mind?
I should reconsider, but no.
That's right.
Reconsider,
That's
but no.
right. That's right.
So I'm taking whoever Risky did not take or did take. So you take Lopez, I'm taking the other guy.
Yeah. And either way you go, honestly, either way you go, it's really not that bad, I don't think, because, man, they're both great fighters. But I do think that Diego Lopez has the more raw talent between the two of them.
Write that down.
Volkanovski is a little bit stronger,
Write that down.
but I think Diego Lopez is just a little bit more skilled right now. So
Write that down. So when I come back, I can say, I told you so.
But really,
I just wrote down Risky Ray, Lopez, Joe Hooters, other guy.
there you go. That's all you need. That's all you need.
There you go. That's it.
Yeah, but so the real fight of the night, right, is you got Michael Chandler, Patty Pimblett, and the reason I say this is this is a make or break fight for the both of these guys. They both have title aspirations, right?
Right.
Michael Chandler's fought for the title one time before.
Who doesn't?
But here's the thing. He can't lose to the number 12 fighter. If he loses to the number 12 fighter, his record in the UFC, by the way, and I might be wrong about this, he's only won twice and he's lost at least 4 times. So he has a losing record. Chandler. But to his credit, he's fought nothing but top like champions and top people.
Right.
So when you look at who he lost to, you can't really fault his record, right? Because he's only fighting the best. So if he loses to Pimblett, he's never going to get a title shot. On the other hand, if Paddy Pimblett loses to Chandler, that slows down the hype train, and he's going to be set back 2 or 3 years before he even might have a title shot.
No, not 2 or 3 years, but it'll depend if he loses, but it'll depend on how he fights the fight. If it's an exciting fight, everybody loves it, and he loses. Okay, whatever.
Somebody's getting knocked the fuck out in this fight.
But Paddy is 6-0 in the UFC, so he has room to lose one.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
You're right.
Paddy has faced nowhere near the competition that Michael Chandler has faced, right? He's fought Justin Gaethje. He's fought Charles Oliveira, who was the champ twice. Those are 3 of his losses. And
wasn't Justin Gaethje your golden boy at one time?
Yeah, he was at one time, man. Hey, he had the opportunity, but hey, he fell short.
He did not seize his opportunity.
He did not seize the opportunity.
Yep, you're only as good as your last fight.
He's still, if he can get a couple more wins, we might see him back in the limelight. But I think those ideas of him being the top guy is far gone.
All right, Nisa, what do you have to say about the UFC?
That ship has sailed, huh?
He's too hittable.
I don't take any time in my life to watch UFC, so I have nothing to say.
Yeah. So I think for
Tony,
Joe
you
and
need to get on the button, bro.
So
see what happens when Casey Waltz ain't here?
Yeah.
Can't run the board.
Mm-hmm.
So
we need a review on them tacos.
Oh yeah. Oh man,
my bad. I'm sorry.
Casey Waltz, he's all over the taco tour, man. Check out his Facebook.
Is he doing all 53 or 75, whatever numbers they are? Is he doing all of them?
I'm sure he's done all of them. It seems like every day he's at somewhere else.
Is he doing all of them?
I don't know if that's his plan, but he goes
find
a lot.
the gyms of KCK, and I'm not gonna lie, they are the gyms of KCK.
Okay, so a couple that or a friend that I used to work with, and now her husband, and her husband actually DJ'd my wedding. They did all of the taco spots in Kansas City, Kansas, all 75, all of the ones that are on the list that you need to visit. They did that whole entire run.
That's a lot of tacos.
Yep, it took them a little bit over a year to do all of them. Yeah, a little bit over there, and they posted every single one of them.
What was their favorite? Do they have a
shit, they had like 10 favorites.
Wow.
So many.
Good.
You're from Argentina, Tony, and it's a big Mexican location. What is your favorite?
Oh man, he has to make it himself, bro.
Yeah,
the meat and the shell only, homie.
right. My favorite tacos are the tacos that I make at home and the tacos that Anissa makes.
Oh,
those are the best. Those are so if you were to say, hey, what's the best 2 tacos you've had in the last year? Would be the tacos I made at home, the tacos that Anissa made, and not the fucking tacos that I had at Taco Bell at 1:00 in the morning.
What about Torchy's tacos?
Fucking Torchy's tacos, fucking trash, bro. So straight up, hey, when Torchy's first opened,
no endorsement for Torchy's.
Fuck Torchy's. Dude, we went to Torchy's off of 119th Street. And it was straight ass, dude. The service fucking sucked, and I'm sorry, it just sucked that day. Maybe we chose the wrong
worse
day.
than Mission Tacos.
Yeah, but no, it wasn't great.
Tacos,
I had the steak taco, I think it was like fucking steak or whatever, and then somebody else had something, but neither one of us liked our tacos. So
I'll say I tried Torches. It wasn't. I'm not gonna go as hard as Ti did, but they weren't great.
Man, I went to Torchy's expecting some great fucking tacos, dude. It was just a big letdown.
Yeah, they're like, what the fuck is a lasagna taco? What the fuck is that?
They have a lasagna taco?
Yeah, what is this? What is this? Biscuits and gravy taco? What the fuck is this? They're just taking all of these food items and then turning it into a taco. Yeah, that's it. That's all they're doing. And I'm like, welcome for being Mexican. What the hell?
Barbecue taco when I was in Miami. It was pretty weird.
A barbecue taco?
A barbecue taco, man.
It sure wasn't barbecue.
No, it was barbecue. It would have barbecue on it. It was wild.
Was it shredded beef?
Shredded beef?
Burn-ins? It was.
Shredded beef, yep. There it is.
As a matter of fact, they also had a barbecue. What is that stuff that people eat? The sushi? Barbecue sushi.
What?
Barbecue sushi. I don't know. That one does not appeal to me. I don't
No,
think.
no, no, no.
Really,
That
no.
doesn't like go together.
Doesn't mesh.
Because sushi's like not cooked and then
Dude,
barbecue's
exactly.
cooked.
It was
so like
weird.
that's just like opposite ends of the
Yeah,
spectrum for me.
barbecue's cooked for
put-
hours on hours,
It
yeah.
sounds like something Torchies and Tacos would do.
Yeah,
That's what that sounds like.
It sounded like Torchy's tacos.
Yeah, exactly.
Torchy's, you suck.
But see, he didn't back
He
down.
did not back down.
And
No,
who works there?
hell
Corey
no.
works there?
Yeah,
Hey, sorry,
right.
Corey, we didn't mean to
Yeah,
call you
it
out
was
like
good.
that.
He doesn't work there anymore.
I don't even know what you guys are talking about. I'm trying to get my real quicks together over here.
Hey,
I might only have one or two, by the way.
So, Tia, do you have
I think I got
anything else on the UFC? And then we can hit some real quicks.
I really don't.
All right.
Other than I was going to say this, kind of to the point that Anissa's like, she didn't have nothing to say about the UFC. I know Joe didn't have a lot to say about the UFC because one of the debates that we've had on here often is, does the UFC still have that draw that it used to have, right? And I was looking
It's
at
still beating the world of boxing right now.
yeah, but I was looking at
Yeah.
the best pound for pound fighters today, and I was like, fuck. So number one, they didn't have John Jones at the top, but fuck that, I put him at the top, right? So John Jones number one.
He is number one.
Number two, they got Islam Makhachev. Okay, yeah, he's pretty badass. Okay, I feel you there. Leah Tuporia, he's pretty good, solid. So I like the top three, but here's the next four.
This current? This is current?
Current.
Oh, okay. That you meant let's talk about
Murad-
all time.
Marab Difashili, I said that wrong. Drakus Duplessis, I'm going to say this wrong too. Magomed Ankalov and Bala Mohammed. Those are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, your top best pound for pound fighters. And I say all that to say this. I'm sure maybe a couple of you, but Joe probably only knows one of those names or two of those names,
John
right?
Jones.
Exactly.
John Jones.
John Jones. That's
John
all.
Jones.
And so, yes, they have an identity problem. Definitely. When we had that
Yes.
conversation this time last
100%.
year, they didn't really have an identity problem because they actually had established champions back then. But it's been a shit show this last year. There's no one that's staying in that position. So I get it. I get it. All right. That was my UFC rant. And so we will move on. We're going to do some real quicks. We
Let's
ready
do
for
the
some
real
quicks?
quick.
Real quick.
Yeah, buddy.
All right. Let's do some real quicks as soon as we find some fun music.
Yeah,
here.
let's hear the music.
Can we get
Hey,
the
there it is. It's time for everybody's favorite segment. Risky Ray feeling it tonight with the dance.
Good time on D-Ray.
This is my son Anthony. This is his favorite dance right here.
Oh yeah, is that how it gets down?
yeah. That's his dance right there. Yep, love it. Yeah, I'm gonna try to teach him this one.
Oh, that's next.
That's next
All
one. That's
right.
the next one.
I got a real quick for you guys.
Real quick. As soon as the music steps.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
there it is.
real quick. Luka Doncic scores 40 points in his return to Dallas.
Not surprised.
No.
Not surprised. Real quick. Did you see the guy at the Masters with the greatest turnaround of all time from his first round score to his second round score? His first round score was plus 18.
What?
His second round score was -1.
That's 19 strokes. Yeah.
Terrible.
Not good.
No.
Not good.
Plus 18 -1.
That's 19 strokes. difference.
Yes, that is 19 difference. Yes.
All righty. Real quick. Joe Flacco rejoins the Browns.
I see that at age 40, huh?
At age 40.
Oh,
No one really gives a
age
shit,
40.
but he's rejoining the Browns.
Hey, you gotta look. If you're a Cleveland fan, I feel sorry for you.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick.
Real quick. Did you see that?
Nobody.
You see, Vlad Guerrero got an extension for $400 million. Right?
Was it four? I thought it was
Flag
500.
Junior, right?
500.
14 years for 500 million,
Something like
possibly.
that, something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Yeah, for the whatchamacallit?
Blue Jays.
Blue Jays. Yeah.
Hopefully he produces because he's kind of been slacking.
Yeah, he's not the $500 million type.
No, he's not.
No, but he's good for team morale.
Okay. Did you have one?
I did, but I forgot it.
All right. Luka Doncic gets thrown out of a game, I think just
saw
a
that.
couple of nights ago. So I'll talk about this real quick. We'll make this a real quick. But he was getting into it with a fan sitting in the front row. And, man, it was a fucking great game, by the way. It's like about 5-6 minutes left. I think they were down by 1. He comes down in the lane, hits a little hook shot, looks back at the fan and says something to him. And there's the ref right there, too. And he said, "You're out of here." And they took him out of a very crucial fucking game and ruined the game.
No, I want to make a comment about that. Like, why would you throw one of the best players in the NBA out of the game? You should have thrown the fan out of the game. That just makes no sense.
So
That
the
was
ref
awful.
thought it was directed towards him, but the fact that they didn't even take time to try to sit there and talk about it, they should have like consulted each other, like, okay, hey, this is a situation.
You mean they should have reviewed it?
They should have fucking reviewed it.
Review everything else. They're gonna review everything else, right?
Such an important game. It was a very important game. You had like the two top fucking teams.
It was when they were playing the Thunder, right?
In the West.
It
yes.
sounds like his ego got hurt.
And so what I liked about it is kind of that preview, right? Because it's that preview for if they do, the Thunder and the Lakers see each other, man, I will say this, the Lakers, what I learned from that, they have very little room for mistakes if they want to beat the Thunder. But if they could execute, and if fucking Austin Reeves doesn't miss 3 free throws in a row, they gotta get past they gotta get past Golden State first.
They gotta get past Golden State first. They beat the Thunder the game before.
Yeah, but the Thunder, it was like 126-99 or whatever it was. Yeah, by like almost 30 points. But okay, see, they ain't sweating Lakers. They ain't doing. They got number one. They're good.
Series. It's not a single.
Yeah,
game.
exactly. Not a single game.
Series.
It's series. Yep. Real quick. Did you guys see that John Morant got fined $75,000 for doing the gun celebration?
You should have watched. You should have watched last episode.
That was a real quick last week.
Damn it!
He already has something new, a grenade.
He has a grenade.
No.
I got one. All right, I got it. Real quick, Tennessee volunteer quarterback Nico, I have no idea how to say his last name, who is making $2.4 million in NIL money, is going to hold out until he gets $4 million a year.
Oh,
Ooh,
man.
I got it real quick.
Smart guy.
Real quick. Obi Toppin, or whatever his name is.
Obi Toppin.
For Texas Tech is going to stay and get paid $4 million.
No way.
NIL deal for $4 million.
That's a big real quick.
Not to go to the NBA combine.
Wow.
Anissa, you have any more real quicks?
No.
Real quick.
Oh, you ready for a real quick?
I'm ready for a real quick. Real quick. Nobody actually knows where Shedeur Sanders is going to get drafted. He is up and down on the board everywhere. Nobody has no clue. No clue where that dude's going.
Real quick, they must have tuned into the Ed Asher Boys Sports Podcast where we broke this shit down and questioned, should he even be in the top 10?
And then we ended up saying, or I said that someone high is going to pick him because everybody reaches for quarterbacks. Someone's going to take him.
Especially somebody with a name, right?
Yeah.
Because it's a gamble they might take that if Shedeur Sanders fucking works out, that's a gold mine for a team if he works out.
Giants.
Anissa, where do you think he's going to get drafted?
Go ahead, Anissa. I won't hit you with it. No, for real. Where do you think it? Hands off. Where?
He's just asking me so that you can hear this.
Oh, that was great.
That was great.
No, it's not.
All right, I'm all out.
Oh, it's great. It's great. It's great.
All right. Anyone else have anything before we close up?
Yes, I do have one more thing.
Go ahead, Willie.
If you guys are going out to see the movies, remember Minecraft, there's a crazy thing going out with TikTok. Look up Chicken Jockey. Insane.
Chicken Jockey.
Chicken Jockey. Chicken Jockey. You heard it here first.
TikTok. Chicken Jockey.
Chicken Jockey. It's insane.
Probably won't be doing that.
Right. I was just gonna wait for one of you to do it. Like
Anissa,
what was it?
Anissa, you have to check that out.
Check it out, and then I'll watch after when you pull it up.
All right.
There we go. Any more real quick?
We got 5 seconds. 4.
All right.
That's a wrap. Well, that's not our usual go out song.
Well, that's the outro today.
All right.
All right, would you mind hitting?
What the
Thank
hell?
you for tuning in, and we'll see you next
Are
week.
they just
Fuck
destroying?
off.
Are they just destroying the theaters?
What?